It's the Flow Friday Night Sports Show. It's time to have a look at Western Eyre Netball, and we're joined by Rehanna Freeman. G'day, Rehanna. How you doing? Have you stopped smiling yet?
No, I have not wiped the smile off my face as yet, Clayton.
I tell you, when we spoke last week, you were very nervous about your match, and when I saw the result, I'm thinking, oh, come on, why was she nervous? But I don't think that's the real story here. So your West Coast Hawk team, I mean, you decimated Thevies. Come on, what happened?
Look, we came out firing. The girls had a really good training. They had a really good warm-up. Their mindset was in the right place. And I think all those things, when they can fall into place, definitely gives you the best start. And they came out absolutely firing, and we were up by 10 in the first quarter. So that really set us up for the game. The score was 11-21 at the end of the first quarter. Our girls just, Hannah Chinoweth was in goalkeeper. She got our best. But there really wasn't a best player. All seven on the court did their job and pulled together. And as a coach, I could not be prouder. I think the first quarter set us up, but for any spectators that watched the game the last three quarters, it most definitely didn't look like a massive scoreline. It was a really good game. The final score was 37-62, so Hawks up by 25, and we played 7 hard. For Sevi, Nikki Sleep was their best. She played goal defence, played a beautiful game. I do believe Cassie Meir, who's their coach and both started in goal attack, had hurt her ankle on the Wednesday night, so I don't really think she was at 100%, and you could sort of tell by the way she was playing, she wasn't playing at 100%, so that was a massive difference in their team, and they didn't have Corinne Cummings, who, as we've spoken about previously, did their knee earlier in the season. So Sevi, I think, would be quite disappointed with the loss, but they are fortunate enough they get the second chance this weekend.
Yes, that they do, but it was a good result, and I knew you'd be smiling. I knew it. I knew it. But, well, you might have a few sleepless nights between now and the grand final, but we'll talk about that another time. But, yes, into the other game, and Wirrallah took on Ceduna Blues.
They did. So this was played at Ceduna Blues home ground on the Sunday. Saturday was this beautiful sunny day, not a breath of wind, and then Sunday came. It was supposed to be quite warm. It ended up being overcast, windy, and was quite dusty there at the ground. So it wasn't really ideal conditions. So it wasn't the beautiful game that we were expecting. It was a very defensive game. Wirrallah came out on top by 12 goals, 34-22. So that's quite a low-scoring game in an A-grade match. That's less than 10 goals a quarter. And as I said, just a very defensive game, so defensive both ends. Match-up of the game had to be Emma Willis and Casey Grenfell. Emma Willis is Wirrallah's goal shooter and Casey's Blues goalkeeper. Beautiful match-up, both very tall, both very body strong, and fought hard the whole game. Georgia Lambeth with goal defence for Blues. She played a beautiful game. She was their best. And Cindy Best, the veteran of the game, played so many premierships and won in her time. She came out best for Wirrallah in goalkeeper. She also played a beautiful game and I think was very instrumental in their win. She really shut down the goalies. So Wirrallah would be very happy with that 12-goal win now going into the prelim.
They would be. And how many pages of notes did you take?
I actually didn't take a huge amount because there's one more game to go. It'll be this Saturday. I'll most definitely be sitting courtside watching Wirrallah and Sevi play, taking some notes, sort of trying to see how I can watch the game. It's a fortunate thing to have when you go straight through.
That's the thing. You've got that advantage. You can check out all the matchups, and then you already know how you're going to match up against one side, and you might need to adjust or maybe not need to adjust against the other. But that's going to be the big game coming up again, coming up tomorrow, and that is the prelim final. Thevi taking on Wirrallah, and it's at the Far West Aboriginal Sporting Complex.
It is indeed. I think this will be an absolute cracking game. Both sides very strong. Previously, Sevi had beaten Wirrallah the first two times they played by 2 and then 5. Then the third time they met, Sevi 39 to Wirrallah 48. So Wirrallah came out on top by 9. It's got to be said, in this last game that they played, Corinne, I think this is the game that she actually did her knee, so she only played a quarter. And Wirrallah did not have Emma Willis in their team at that stage. So it is a bit of a different lineup. I think Sevi, Corinne is a massive out for them. Wirrallah, Emma is a massive in, but it's got also to be said that Wirrallah don't have Sophie Kellett for finals as she's gone overseas. So both with a little bit of a different lineup since they played last. I think this will be a fabulous game. I think Cindy and Sarah will work really hard to shut down Rochelle and Cassie as they did with the Blues. Emma Willis and Jazz Billing working beautifully in the goals. They'll come up against Nikki Sleep and Hayley Williams. So I think this is going to be a really good game. Sevi, you'd think, would go in quite favourites, being that they ended up top of the ladder. But I might just get them for this one.
Well, funny you say that because I was thinking exactly the same thing. I just got this feeling that Wirral is going to roll them. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I've just got a feeling about Wirral for this game.
Yeah, look, I think Sevi coming off that loss against Hawks, they're going to be disappointed, but it can go two ways. That can play on their mind, or it can really fire them up and give them the extra fuel they need to come out fighting for this Saturday. You don't really know what way it's going to go. They also have a bit of flexibility. They could bring Lindsay Denton into their team if they needed to. They've got some fantastic B graders. I know that I'm not sure how Cassie's ankle's going, whether they bring someone up to replace her, I'm not sure. But, yeah, I just think that Wirral are looking quite good and could just get them, but I honestly don't think it would be by a huge amount, but I could be very wrong.
You'll be taking notes on the sidelines anyway, I know that much. But do you think the 1 o'clock start, I mean, I thought this game would have been about 3 o'clock, but it's at 1 o'clock. Do you think that could be playing into it?
It is 1 o'clock. Pardon?
Do you think that could play into it a bit as well?
No, so we've played, so our time swap at halfway through the year. So at the start of the year, we play, A-grade plays at 2:30, and then the last half of the year, we go at that 1 o'clock time slot. So they've played the last half of the season at that 1 o'clock time slot, which that'll be very used to. It's a prime part of the day. This week, they'll still play at the same time as the C grade, so there'll be two games at the same time. But grand final A grade will have the prime time slot of A grade 1 o'clock with no one else playing. So I don't think the time will come into effect, but I'm really excited to watch this game.
Absolutely. Now, with any other grades, are there some games that we should be wary of?
Yeah, I think that the B grade game should be a really good game. We've got Hawks taking on the Blues. Hawks beat them convincingly in the first round, but it's got to be said Blues had a lot out. The second game, Blues came away with a 6-goal win and Hawks won the third one, so I think that's going to be a really good game. C grade is Hawks and Blues. Hawks have won all three, but not by a lot. D grade is Hawks and Wirral. I think this will be another really good game. Last time they played, which was only a few weeks ago, Wirral won by 2, and it was more or less a goal-for-goal game, so I think that'll be a really interesting one. Junior A is Westies taking on Wirral. Wirral has had a couple of really good wins against Westie by 40 and 16 the last time they played, and they're in top form. I would tip Wirral for a win there. In the Junior B, it's Sevi taking on Hawks, and in the Junior C, it is Caniba taking on Blues, and as I've mentioned the last few weeks, this Junior C is only very young. It is a very entertaining game and lots of talent in both the Caniba and the Blues teams. And if I can, I might just mention we had our junior medal vote last weekend after the first semi on the Sunday. And in our Junior A, we had Kiara Morrison from Caniba. She came out as the Junior A best and fairest on 32 votes. And Caitlin Woods from Wirral was the runner-up on 28 votes. Both had fabulous seasons. In the Junior B, the best and fairest was Shaquana Cook from Severnard on 29 and Cedar Shepherd from Westies on 24 with the runner-up. And in the Junior C, best and fairest was Evie Hoffrichter from Westies on 25 and Kiara Blums from Blues was runner-up on 14. So well done. That is our up-and-coming talent in the association, and we will have the senior medal count this Sunday, so we'll have those results for you next week as well.
All right, look forward to that, and good well done to those junior stars who hopefully one day could be one of our diamonds.
Yeah, look, I think that those best and fairest and runner-ups have all had fabulous seasons, but there was also some really close votes just underneath them across all grades. Just shows that there's a lot of talent throughout the whole association. So I'm excited to see where those girls go in the future.
Absolutely, me as well. All right, Rehanna, we'll leave you to it. Good luck with everything. Have fun taking your notes, and I look forward to hearing what you're going to do next week. We'll have to...
I won't be giving away too many secrets, but looking forward to talking to you.
No worries. You have a wonderful weekend.
No worries. Thanks very much.